We are off and running.
First episode of 10 Minute Cities.
10 minutes. Going to squeeze a lot in. It's getting shorter.
A weekly wrap.
Yeah, try to.
What we've seen, what we've heard, what we've read.
Yeah. Too much.
Too much. It's been a big week this week. What are you going to start with?
Well, I'm on an Uber exploration at the moment. So I've been reading a lot about some Uber impacts of changes to our cities, changes to public transport patronage. Probably for me the big one this week was an article from the CEO of Woolworths, who's flagged Uber Eats as his number one threat to the Woolworths business, which I find fascinating. But it is...
Why is it a threat?
Well, I think they're seeing a drop in the fast food part of the grocery shop. The people are going and buying the fast foods from Uber rather than that convenience, alternative convenience stuff at Woolies. But yeah, I think it's fascinating if they think it's a problem.
Wow. Canary in the coal mine, right? You know, you can start hearing it up there.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
What other things? I don't know. I look up for me a lot on sort of 5G and cities and sensors. I mean, you sent an article around this week, which was the 5G shoebox order to cities, which I found pretty fascinating.
Yeah. I picked up yesterday or the day before. Logan City Council have released their City Futures Strategy, which is always a good sign. Starting to see a mobilisation within local government of sort of getting more future focused, future ready. I think it's interesting for cities like Logan that are still kind of young, very diverse, physically a lot of built up existing neighbourhoods and communities, but equally a lot of room to play with, big developments like Yarra by Lend Lease, so they get to really use the city as a bit of a sandbox there. So it'll be interesting to sort of see, post strategy what implementation looks like. But I hear good things.
I guess in our world, Brisbane City Council's put out probably their biggest engagement publicly on the future of Brisbane, inviting the public to comment on what Brisbane's going to look like. And I think it's interesting, the conversation is around trade-offs. It's a very interesting word, but they're openly saying to the public, we need to think about the trade-offs. Affordability versus green space versus more houses, working close to our jobs. And they've built first time I've seen almost a gamified version for people to muck around in a Sim City kind of way where they're sitting and explore. But I think they're doing a really good job of taking consultation to the people. I really like that word trade-off.
So, you've got a certain amount here, where do you put it before it pushes and pulls in other directions?
Yeah, exactly,
it's sort of... Yeah. So this must be the
1,300 people a week or
a month. 1,300 people a month.
Yeah,
we've still got some growth, haven't we? So I had an old colleague who now works for Georgia Tech over in Atlanta, and fascinating there where the university has put up funds for neighbourhoods and communities to apply to deploy smart city tech and data solutions. So not necessarily the city or the government doing it, but now academic institutions, because they want to get they want to get their hands dirty in understanding how this sort of works. What it means. Getting research, embedded into sort of the smart cities movement. So that was a really nice kind of article that I read the other day coming out of there.
Yeah, and I think for us the other thing this week was we hosted a sort of roundtable lunch yesterday on autonomous vehicles, which was pretty eye-opening for me, and I think for a few around that table, just to sort of see where everyone is at, where they're not. Their readiness, and I think the key takeaway message was that we got a long way to go before we actually understand how to even move our cities close to being AV ready, let alone figuring out what the benefits or impacts of our city is going to be. But an interesting space to watch.
I still feel like we're like in pardon the pun, but I still feel like we're at two speeds, right? We've got autonomous shuttle showcases going on right now. Darwin had one for months and months, so it's sort of like they're physically there in a controlled environment in our face right now, yet you think about all of the pieces that had to be put into place just from, physically is the city ready, and you think to yourself, oh my god, we're 30 years away at least, kind of thing. But so it's like this two-speed thing that just messes with my head. I suppose above all, what it means is you've got to engage and you've got to be ready. You know what I mean? So,
well, I think that's the big job, isn't it? Ultimately, you've got state governments through their transport departments looking at AVs, but it's probably more from a policy perspective and how to register them and monitor them. But I don't think it's a lot of the local governments where the cars are going to reside. Thinking about what do they need to do to adapt their cities and from zones where they can go, can't go, drop-offs, can I close roads, can I close some lanes, can I return stuff, who's paying for it, what sort of upsides to the city. So there's a thousand little micro discussions to come.
And I suppose just in terms of picking up some interesting some reading material, just this morning I had come through on email the outcomes of a policy workshop that was undertaken by the American Planning Association in Washington DC last October, and we'll get that up on LinkedIn and circulate that, but really refreshing to see the planning profession start to really embed themselves into sort of the digital interfaces that are coming through autonomous vehicles and other sort of platforms. So that was nice to see.
And I think the thing would be for our Australian compatriots to kind of get on board the American side. We'd love to see the PIA and more planners kind of start to play around and think about this space. I mean, EPA there.
I mean, it's been, back to the Future Street project. It was a great opportunity to bring together the landscape architects, as a minimum, and ourselves and the Internet of Things Alliance. So looking forward to seeing more Future Street demo projects this year, and of course that's part of what our trip to Portland next week is like, to run the Future Street Masterclass.
Yeah, and for me the exciting bit of being asked to go to Portland is actually the opportunity to deconstruct it, the street, and teach people, sort of as a movement or as a thing, why this is an important piece of thinking. That the actual demonstration project, to me, is probably almost immaterial. It's actually the thinking that went on to actually then realise what we need to do to be able to implement what we now recognise as best practice. And I think no one would argue about greening our streets. No one should really argue about smart streets. We probably know intuitively what we need to do to change the rules that will allow us to build the streets today, which are probably the complete opposite. So when you put the two together, we know what we should do. We've got a set of rules that says what we must do, and then there's the bit in the middle. And I think that's where the Future Street will come into its own, when we get to turn it into a playbook or a guidebook on, yes, it's about how to do a demonstration project, but fundamentally a set of principles that a good street should just have. That's the exciting bit, to be able to teach people that and bring it back to Australia. Looking forward to delivering that masterclass in partnership with AILA through 2018 in a few locations to be announced.
Absolutely. So 10-minute cities next week. We'll do a take from Portland somewhere. Share what we hopefully enjoy at the Urbanism Next conference, and we'll pick up then.
Beyond what we're going to do, having looked at the program, there's some fascinating little topics in there. So looking forward to being able to report back on what we learned as well.
Look forward to it.